Hey guys, Uncle Ray, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. You know, the goal of this channel has always been to give you the alpha you need to make informed decisions. So therefore, I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear. So hopefully, we can get you in the group of people that make money in crypto. Because unfortunately, over 90% of people are going to lose money. We want to change that. So therefore, I make videos like this. Doesn't really grow a channel, but it helps you get in that 10%. So hit the like button and let's dive into the privacy tokens. 2 tokens just launched, and a lot of people thinking they may want to buy those projects. So I'm just going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Give you some alpha along the way, and you can go for there. So hit the like button, or did I say that? Well, anyway, hit the like button. All right. It was a big day today. The Fed's cutting rates again. And guys, I can't be more bullish on America pumping in 2026. Everything is going to line up. And we have the M2 money supply. The government's going to start printing money. We're going to get a new Fed who's going to lower interest rates even more. And guys, believe me, they are going to cut on that printing press. So I think maybe March, April, May, somewhere like that, that the economy is going to be ripping. And that's going to pump pretty much all asset classes. Now, when I say assets, that means like stocks, bonds, or not really bonds, but stocks and real estate, Bitcoin for sure, and assets that make money. Guys, for whatever this is worth, altcoins are more like commodities. They are not stocks. Most don't make money. Most don't have a future. So even though I'm crazy bullish on Bitcoin, very few altcoins am I looking to invest in for whatever that's worth. I've learned a lot in the last 4 years, so you can, think about hopefully what you've learned. If you've been doing well, keep doing what you're doing. But if you haven't, might want to switch it up and stop waiting on altcoin season, because I will never talk about altcoin season again. If we get a big pump, it's just part of this asset class. It's not altcoin season. That's just my opinion. All right. In this video, we're going to talk about the night token, midnight. It's a privacy token. And we're going to talk about truth. Now, before we dive into it, I just want to give you some alpha. Guys, when you see things like this pumping on red days, you know what we do? We short. Period. That's what we do. And now look at this. Not touting my own horn or anything, or pumping my own horn, but we shorted that project already once. And look at this. Thanks for the call on truth. Quick 1,000K. Yes, thanks, Uncle Ray. Made 150 in 15 minutes. Well, we are shorting it again. And there it goes. That's where we're shorting it from. Guys, if you understand the game, you have a chance to make money. And I short at least 75% of the time, and that's in the supposedly bull market. If you want to learn more, we'll talk about it at the end. But let's talk about the privacy tokens. Zcash is one of the few projects that have made money in the last year. Think about it. Like in the end of last year, January, if you bought any top 100 token, you pretty much lost money outside of 8? And none of them have made significant money outside of Zcash, about 6x, Monero, you more than doubled your money, and Hype, you doubled your money. Now, Here's some alpha, guys, before we dive into these privacy tokens. Hopefully you've noticed a trend in crypto. Remember when just AI came out and like FET exploded. Then AI agents came out and there was 1,000 AI agents. And a lot of them ripped. Some made life-changing gains if you took the profits. But the point about that is, have you ever noticed the trend when one project or one hot sector gets hot, all of a sudden there's a million of them, right? Look at Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid has been one of the big winners for this entire cycle. They have started a new trend. Hyperliquid prints money and it has a flywheel to accrue value for the token holders. Now, here's some alpha. My opinion. Projects that just have, say, utility, no matter what, guys, if a project doesn't make money to feed its ecosystem, which is almost all projects, how's it going to have a long-term value? That doesn't mean they can't rip because it's speculation. But if you don't take profits, you're going to become the prophet. Now, that being said, Monero's done well. Zcash has done well. But here comes the privacy tokens, which are what we're going to talk about today, which I got ahead of myself. Remember when Hype came out? Then we had Aster, what was it, MXY or whatever. I mean, we had like 10 different decks come out. And most of them did well. And they pumped. And then they die out. So remember that when you're thinking HODL. Guys, we don't need but one good privacy token. Maybe 3. But here's some alpha. If you do some research, you know, Wall Street and the banks, they are coming into crypto hard now that we have regulation. Well, most of them are building in their privacy with no token into their blockchain, into their protocols. So keep that in mind because we really don't need a privacy token. It in itself adds risk when you have to use a third party. So keep that in mind. All right. Let's see here. Midnight, you have Charles Hoskins with Cardano involved in that. Some smart people. Guys, it's great tech. But here's some more alpha. People, for some reason, think that great tech matters. Guys, it's all software and code. Cryptos are not stocks. They don't make any money. They have a limited value. We're speculating. If you understand that we're speculating, you can do well. But look at like ICP, right? Great tech, but no adoption. So as far as Midnight goes, great tech, but in my opinion, why'd they build it on Cardano? Cardano's probably never going to make a new all-time high. A lot of projects have built on Cardano and they died. It has the highest rate of projects going belly up after building on Cardano because there's nothing there for the ecosystem. I know people don't like to hear it, but hey, if you're doing well, keep doing what you're doing. But that's the wrong thought process. All right. Midnight, like I said, is a great project. And go to their X account. They got almost 60,000 followers. That's not bad. And if you really want to understand the project, watch this little video. It's from the devs. Pretty much explains everything about it. Here's just my thought process. Some more alpha. Guys, Wall Street and the banks don't want us to participate. They just want us to be exit liquidity. They don't need these projects. It's software and code. If they need it, they'll clone it. Right? Maybe they'll hire these guys. I don't see them having a long-term value. Period. 99% of these projects are going to disappear. And I'm old enough to know that to be true because I went through the 2000 .com bubble, and you'll see. But we did come out with Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. So the winners are going to be the winners. Winner will take most. So keep that in mind if you're looking to hodl. To me, you got to be out of your mind to hodl. But here's the chart. It looks great. I mean, by all means, this thing looks great. And normally when something dumps or launches, comes out hot, and then it dumps, and then maybe you see something like this. This is pretty steady. But if it pumps any harder, we're probably going to look to short it. That being said, the tokenomics are not bad, and that's rare. So that's really good. But as far as I know, when it comes to making money, there is nothing that in the project that accrues value for the token holders. Keep that in mind. All right, let's talk about Swarm Network, the Truth token. Guys, this is amazing tech. I think it's a lot better than Midnight, even though Midnight's great and it's built on SUI. Again, though, guys, I don't think Wall Street is looking to adopt a third party for privacy. But it does have almost 300,000 followers on X, and I would be extremely bullish on this project, except for one thing: horrible tokenomics. Now, here's some alpha before I keep going. Guys, have you ever wondered why some of your favorite projects that get amazing news every single day, but they don't pump, they don't make new all-time highs? It's because they were set up for you to be exit liquidity. They have bad tokenomics. And no matter what anyone tells you, if a project has bad tokenomics, it can pump, because there's a lot of misinformed people that will FOMO in, but their exit liquidity, nothing, and I mean nothing, can maintain a pump when you're getting dumped on constantly. So when we go into the bear, projects are just going to get wrecked if they have bad tokenomics, and we're going to be there to short them. So Swarm Network, it may do well, because you never know. Just because they have an unlock and the early investors have a big bag, we don't know when they're going to dump. But we do know if they start to rip, they're going to dump. But SUI is a perfect example. It did well. The reason SUI wasn't my biggest bag for the cycle is because I was terrified of the tokenomics. But if you bought early and actually took profits, you did immensely well. This project could do that. I mean, it's only 51 million market cap, but look at the fully diluted, $250,000. That's a 4 or 5x difference. So all the early investors are standing on the side with a big bag of money. So if this thing starts to rip going into, say, the new year, which I think we are going to get a pump, probably going to get dumped on. I would sell mine, wouldn't you? So that being said, guys, if you need some help with your portfolio, I have a portfolio course. Comes with a Zoom call with me. We go through your portfolio. I educate you on tokenomics, market cap, everything you need to know. And you get 5 months of my inner circle for only $250. Now, if you want to learn to short, guys, my goal is to build the most aggressive, intelligent community of shorting in crypto. Now think about it, guys. How would you do if you would have shorted? Think about any of the top 100. If you would have just said, hey, I'm buying XRP, XLM, HBAR, Algorand when they pumped after the election. Instead of saying I'm buying, you would have shorted them. You'd be doing well, which I sounded the alarm. I sold all my ISO tokens back then, and I put on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shorts between November and February. Hundreds, maybe even thousands. But anyway, guys, my shorting course is $250. That's it. You get how I short, my strategy. You get a Zoom call with me to make sure you understand it, and you get 5 months of my inner circle that gets my alerts. And guys, just for the record, see, we short the pumps, guys. We don't short like the 90%. We're not looking at all these charts and going, oh, it's breaking down. You know how many people are getting wrecked shorting now? You don't short something down 16%. You don't short these red tokens. You might get away with it in the bear market. Guys, this is what you want. You short these bad boys that are pumping. Because think about it. Just common sense. Everything's manipulated, first of all. But second of all, for the most part, when everything's red, everything's red. When everything's green, everything's green. Well, it's a rough day. The odds are you're going to wake up in the morning, and no matter how high this pumps tonight, it's going to come back. Could be wrong. It's not 100%. But what is 100%, every token that we have put in our inner circle for the last year is currently lower than when we put in the price. Now, that doesn't mean we caught them all, because truth may, pump 300, 400, 500%, and we got in and out. We scout. Anyway, I don't want to get on my high horse, but guys, the point about that is, right out of the bat, it's in your favor not to buy the bottom, short the tops. Period. I mean, prices of most altcoins are all the way back as low as they were 4 years ago. So imagine when they did pump, you were shorting them. Anyway, if you want to learn to short, come join come by the course, meet with me on a Zoom call, get the inner circle alerts, or you can just join the inner circle. That being said, guys, that's all I got. I'm extremely bullish for 2026, but I am not. I want to be clear. I will not be building bags of altcoins. Any altcoin, for the most part, I buy will be on low leverage and swing trading. And when they start to pump, I'm going to be there to short those. Period. And ride them to the bottom. Because most of crypto, they have no value. The world doesn't need them. Wall Street has a plan. The banks have a plan. And all those projects that you hear, going to change the world. Guys, you need to be looking into Wall Street. What are they doing? And most of their blockchains and their projects don't have tokens. They don't have to worry about the regulation. And the value, guys, no matter what, accrues into the stocks. That's why you're going to see all these companies like Circle, who has by far the most dominant layer 1 for payments, period. It's not even debatable, and there's no token to buy. Remember that when people tell you, XRP is going to take over the world. Nah, if you compare it to the new ARC layer 1, it's laughable. The money is by Circle, if you believe in that type of scenario, which I believe. Well, here's some alpha. I'll let you go. The big money right now are playing around. 80 to 90% of people play in crypto through the perps. No one's stacking. No one's buying spot. And when they make their profits, they're buying like Bitcoin. They're buying AI, maybe Tesla. Or they're buying the crypto companies like Circle. For whatever it's worth. That being said, guys, hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Come back, be part of this community, because I am going to try my best to get you in the group that actually make money. And remember, If the majority were right, the majority be rich. Take care, guys.